everybody. Hello and welcome to the stream. It is a brand new week full of thrills and possibilities, of which are endless. That's right. The possibilities are endless, as are the thrills. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. How are we doing today? How is everybody doing? Are we enjoying our Monday mornings, afternoons, nights? Did we have a good weekend? Did everybody have a slamming weekend? I zoomed here. Hello, Alice. Thank you for zooming. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Good to see you all. I'm seeing a lot of lovely familiar names in the chat, and I love to see it. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Come on in. We've got a funky one today. Boy, have we got a funky one today. How was my weekend? Thank you for asking. My weekend was really good, actually. I had a really, really good weekend.
Hi, Mark.
As you know, I went up to see my family. There was a worry. There was a slight worry that I wasn't going to be able to get up there, but I got there, and yeah, it was all good. It was lovely to see family people, particularly my granddad, who I had not seen for a long time, basically 2 years. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I particularly enjoyed, actually, visiting my granddad. He showed me his wine that he'd been making this year. He makes wine every year, or at least when the grapes are good, he makes wine. And he showed me his process, and it is substantial. It is a substantial process, I will say. But yeah, because my dad does it as well, and I would very much also like to give it a try myself at some point. You finally went to make wine with Granddad? I did. Well, I didn't actually make it. It was already made, although it's fermenting, so I couldn't test any. It was fermenting, which kind of looked cool in itself, because you could actually see it doing its fermenting thing, which was kind of wild. So yeah. Good weekend. It was a good weekend, and now I'm here for a good week. Let's follow a good weekend with a good week. Can't wait to see the kickthePJ wine in the merch store. See, you joke, but it's not out of the realms of possibility. John C. Reilly. Well, it's like a Tim and Eric thing. There's a Tim and Eric wine, sweet berry wine, with Dr. Steve Brule. I never got any. I never got to try it, but yeah, it's that's kind of fun. Anyway, right, guys, let's kick this week off with a boom, boom, boom with a marbles race. I really need a sound effect when this comes on screen. I need like a something like that, something exciting, something to get us pumped, you know, to get those lumpy, pumpy, rumpies pumped, you know. So I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out for that. But today, today we have got quite a fun stream ahead of us. So something I like to do when I visit my parents. I will tell you that my parents, they don't throw away anything. They don't discard of anything. Okay, their attic is just full of memories. It is full of everything. Everything that I have ever owned or created or made or drawn or written is in the attic. So I went spelunking, and I went to go see what I could find. And I found some gems, some hidden treasures, of which I'm going to be sharing with you today. Now, I didn't bring everything back with me. I brought just a few things. So I guess this might take up to the whole stream today. I'm not sure. There's more, but I didn't bring it all. Okay, we're gonna pace ourselves. Also, there's some stuff that I couldn't quite find because it's a little messy. So I'm gonna go back at some point in like a month or so, and I'm gonna try and get some more stuff. But yeah, man, there is also some very cool stuff. Like all my old games console boxes are up there still, which I know to a lot of people is like, so what is a box? But you know, to me, getting to hold the Super Nintendo box is just quite a special thing. I'm a bit of a collector myself, so it's, you know, little things like that, like video game booklets. Donkey Kong Country 2 the booklet that was inside the box. Little things like that. It was full of pogs as well. My God, there were pogs littered everywhere in that attic. Everywhere. I realized to a lot of you guys, pogs is something a bit different now, but yeah. Pokemon cards as well, littered everywhere. Boglins. I don't know if anyone remembered Boglins. There was a plethora of Boglins. I'll give you a quick little... Oh, hang on a minute. Can I show this? Will this mess up my setup? Let me have a look. It will mess up my setup. Okay, I'll just turn that off. All right. Hold on. Hold the phone. Boglins. I'm going to search that off camera. You never know what's going to pop up. You never know what's going to pop up. Seems safe. Seems safe enough to show this, I think. So, I still have a load of this in the attic. These boglins. They came in like these cages, and there was small ones as well. Yeah, these ones. Don't know if everybody remembers these. What's this on Etsy? I don't know why these are on Etsy. But anyway. These little weird rubbery goblin things. I still have a bunch of these as well. I don't know. What the fuck are those? They're boglins. Doesn't anybody, please tell me somebody remembers these. Please? This guy's shoving an ice cream cone into his face, I think. This guy's drilling his tooth or something. This guy's cutting his tongue off. I don't exactly know, but I love these, man. I loved these dang things when I was a kid. So yeah, just all that kind of good stuff. All that kind of good stuff was up in the attic, and I love to see it. I truly love to see it. Right, guys. ! Play if you would like to join the marbles race. If you would like to join the marbles race, time is precious. Enjoy your life. Couldn't have said it better myself. 1 second as well. Where's my... Here it is. Hold on. We gotta... Trust me, guys. We have got a bunch of things in store today. A bunch of very, very fun things today. Did you ever have Sylvanian families? I think maybe my sister did. I don't know if I had Sylvanian families. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Are you going to be taking part in Thankmas this year? Yeah, I do plan to do something for Thankmas. I need to sort of rethink how, because it happens to have fallen on the same day as my birthday, and I was quite hoping to do a long sort of like a 12-hour thing, and I don't know. I'm not going to be able to do that on my birthday, but maybe like the day after. We'll see. But I would like to do something. I just haven't. I need to sort of figure out how to do that. Okay. Prediction, yes. Eating seeds? Still a VIP. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to snatch that away from you. Left over from the previous stream, I'm afraid. How was visiting your family? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, my family were good. And I enjoyed the trip very much. Like I said, there were people that I hadn't seen for like 2 years. Here, revoked, I'm afraid. Sorry, eating seeds. You should have stayed silent. And I wouldn't have known. No, I'm kidding. Look, Ultimate Bozo is for a day and a day only. But you got a whole Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Ultimate Bozo. So that's pretty special. So yeah, prediction for today. Let's do will a world record, will a new record be made? The current record for this map is 108. I don't know. Where does your family live? Why don't you just stay away from my family, okay? Let's do a prediction. Start prediction. Will a marble get a new record? Yes or no? It's that simple. Will a marble get a new record? Yes or no? It's that simple. Use your channel points to predict if a marble will get a new record. And whilst you do that, I am going to say a few thank yous to a few lovely sweet patatas. Berry Dearly, thank you for the 16 months. Happy New Week to you too. Procrastinate Rachel, thank you for the 17 months. Hi to you too. Little Metal Devil, thank you for the 23 months. I hope everyone's having a spectacular day. Here's to 23 months and many more. Thank you very much, dude. I'll slurp to that. And Louisa says, I'm scared to gamble. That's okay. You don't have to. Only bet what you can afford to lose. That's it. No more, no less. Metalicious, thank you for the 10 months. Happy 10 months. Oh, how time flies when you're having fun. I'm currently sick, but I can feel the sweet potato vibes of the stream healing me. Excellent. Wow. I'm sending you healing powers. Lazy Camel, thank you kindly for the 17 months. We love to see it, and by that I mean all of your baby pictures. Thank you for the streams and the drunks, my guy. Oh, yeah, that's the one thing I haven't actually brought back with me is pictures. I can show you like one picture I got on my phone. Yeah, I didn't really, that's weird. I found a lot of my old schoolwork and stuff, but I didn't really find that many pictures of me as a kid. I'll share it. I've got something I can share though. Kamikazioni, thank you very much for the 17 months. Wombat Den, thank you for the 8 months. 8 months insane. Thank you for all the good junks. Thank you very much for coming along to the streams. Amber Light, thank you for the 9 months. Lady Moonshadow, thank you also for the 9 months. Patat Baby, hell yeah, got a couple of Patat Babies over here on aisle 3. Shy Cryptid, thank you very much for the 10 months. 10 months, hell yeah. Varna, thank you for the 16. It feels an eternity that I'm not subscribed, but apparently it's not. Anyway, happy spooky season to y'all. Peeps and PH, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, dude, and thanks for coming along today. Misguided Ghost, thank you for the 11 months. Days off mean I can finally watch PJ. How have you been? Chat, you look good. Chat does look good today. I was gonna say, I'm liking the sea of colors I'm seeing in the chat today. I'm just, all these usernames. You got yellows, greens, blues, reds, purples. It's all popping off. Got some pinks in there. It's all popping off today. I've been good though. Thank you very much. I've been very good. Kel's MCM, thank you very much for the 4 months. Welcome back once. Thank you for the 17 months. We still have one big bozo goblin guarding our basement in his box. Its name is Dwark. Excellent. I wish Dwark very well. Something feels different about chat, but wow. Maybe haircut? Maybe a collective haircut? Chat, have you had a collective haircut? Dozy Lamb, thank you for the 10 months. Afternoon, I spent all day on The Sims. Time has no meaning. You're right, time does have no meaning. You know what does have meaning? Marbles. Marbles have meaning. And I'm going to give you one last chance to join the race before it begins. How's that prediction? Do we feel confident in ourselves? Do we think there's going to be a new record? Let's take a look. 43% say no. No, 43% say yes. 57% think no, sorry. The minority are the believers this time. All right, well, let's take a look. Guys, you have got 30 seconds to join. If you want to join, exclamation mark play, and we're going to be looking to see if we've got any winners out there. Any winners, any world record holders. Let's have a look. Ara Date, thank you for the 2 months as well. Welcome back to the Sweet Potato community. Here we go. Here we go. 10 seconds, guys. I want to see a flood. Let's start the week good. I want to see a flood of food jams and emotes. All right? Here we go, everybody. Good luck. And I'll see you at the finish line. Here we go. Did I join? Oh, I did. A minute 8 is the time to beat. Marley's looking very good here. Although, a bit of slowdown. Bit of slowdown. Madzilla, gunning for first, is a record on the cards. $18 seconds. Can it be done? Oh, very nice. That was very clean. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh! You know what time it is. World record time, baby. was a good race. That was a very good race. Very clean. I like that. At least, I think it was a record. I think. I'm not certain, but I think. Come on, guys. Pew, 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 pew. I like this big clock here. What does it say? Time is precious. Enjoy your life. Here, here. Here, here. I love seeing all the marbles getting blasted out of the cannon. Although, why is it taking so long? What's going on? I'm sure Elliot's already passed. What's happening? What's going on? Why is it redoing? When does it end? Yeah, this is... Wow. 3 seconds of a lead as well. Congratulations, Madzilla. You are today's ultimate bozo. And of course, a record to boot. What an honor, Your Majesty. Madzilla, today, you took the crown. And the prediction, will a marble get a new record? Yes. The minority take the win. Yes. Anything you'd like to say, Madzilla? Anything else you want to say? Anything else at all? And you remember Boglins as well? Thank God. Thank God somebody's on the Boglin side. Okay, Madzilla has nothing they want to say. A silent winner. I like that. I like it. Well, guys, thank you very much for playing. That was Marbles. You've been a fantastic audience. Thank you for racing. But it's not over. But it's not over. Come here. Come here. I'm going to give you guys a chance to win back some of your bucks. I'm going to give you guys a chance to win back some of your bucks. Check it out. Had to step away for a bit. Did I whine? You whined, you dined, but you did not win, I'm afraid. This overhead camera is not permanent, by the way. This is just for today. This is not always set up. It's quite a hefty setup. So it's, yeah. You guys ready for round 2? Twitch won't let me claim my Peach Bucks. Anyone else having this issue? Maybe try refreshing? Wined, dined, and 69. Slothsicle. Someone's been watching a bit too much Squid Game. Did the terrible 69 joke really catch anyone else off guard in Squid Game? Well, I can't have 69, so I'll have a 96. Whatever the fuck he says. Oh dear, oh dear. Right. Here we go. I don't even remember what he said. Yeah, the VIPs were naughty. A little stinky, in my opinion. I kind of got what they were trying to do, but I found it a little stinky for my liking. Multi Delirium, thank you for the 13 months, by the way. Much appreciated. Welcome back. All right, check it out, guys. Pretty good, right? It's just magic tricks. It's just a few things I learned in Vegas. You know what? You know where VIPs aren't terrible? Here on my streams. How about that? In a way, you could say that my streams are better than Squid Game because the VIPs here are not terrible. All right, prediction. Will the next card be higher or lower? You guys ready? Higher, lower. Nobody dies here, so that's good. Yeah. Usually, yeah. Probably for the most part. All right. Higher or lower than what? Good question. Higher or lower than a 10. Is the next card going to be higher or lower than a 10? Guys, use your peach bucks to decide. Aces are low. As always, aces are low. Jack, Queen, King. The only three things higher than a 10 in this pack. What do you think? Next card, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What about a match? On a match, we do the next card. You feeling brave? You guys feeling brave? Okay, quite a large percent are going higher, which is interesting. Okay. 60-40. 40% are saying higher. Well, here we go. Let's find out. Hold on. Do I have other? Hang on. Do I have other tense music? Is this isn't tense, is it? Nope, that's RuneScape. Okay, I'll put this back on for a second. Okay. Sorry, I just broke that. I just completely smashed the tension there. As if it was a thin sheet of glass. Is the next card higher or lower than a 10? Here we go. Yeah, I guess we can do this. If we're feeling brave, we can do this. Here we go. Is the next card higher or lower than a 10? The answer is... I don't know what music... Do I play the win music or the lose music? I don't even know. A 5. It's a 5, everybody. It's 5. Look at that. You see that? 5. 5 is lower than 10. Complete prediction. There we go. There we go. I appreciate everybody who took the risk there. You know, life, if you're not taking a few risks in life, what are you doing, you know? Elliot says one more? You want one more? You want one more? Double down? I don't think that's an option on Twitch. And also, what? I don't lose anything. Look, guys, I'm trying to curb your guys' gambling addiction here. But on this one rare, very rare occasion, because I was asked so nicely, we are allowed to do one more. One more, okay? One. The next card is a 10, but it's a different 10. Start prediction. Will the next card be higher or lower than this 10? Aces are low. What do you think? Ace of Roses, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate it very much. Remember, guys, aces are low. What's it gonna be? Higher or lower? What's it gonna be? Bet with your heart, not with your head. Spoken like a true gambler. I'm risking it again, says Teresa. Risking it all, not intended, says. Feeling risky, says Farah. Scarlet, my heart has lost me 100k in a week. Razabaza betting double. Nocturnal Hyena, losing is fun. What if it's the same card? Then we go to the next card. The time's ticking. This time, majority is going lower, but only just by a slither. 32% still saying higher. What's it gonna be? Here we go. Queen! Oh! Hang on a minute, guys.
Nice job, team.
Hold on! It's higher! It's higher! See that? It's a queen. Higher.
No! God, please, no! No!
There you go, guys. There you go. Charlie says, I was here. There we go, guys. And that is gambling. It doesn't get any more gambling than that. Although what I will say, even though, even though you never know what's going to happen, the thing with this is I feel like there's more strategy to it than to marbles. With marbles, hello YouTube. Yes, this video is getting uploaded to YouTube. I was actually debating uploading the next portion of this to my side channel, the next portion of this stream to my side channel, so we'll see. Can we do it with real money? No. Absolutely not. Peach bucks only. And in some cases, Peach bucks is considered real money. Did you learn any new magic tricks over the weekend? I did not, but when I was in my parents' attic, I did actually find, what's your side channel? It's PJ the Kick. My main channel is kickthePJ, and my side channel is PJ the Kick. It's just the opposite. I did actually find I had an old magic set when I was a kid, and I looked in there because I remember I had this box where you can make things disappear, and I remember I put like 20-pound coins in when I was a kid and made them disappear, and I checked, I was like, oh, I wonder if the money's still in there, and sure enough, it wasn't. So yeah. I did find my old magic set, but it was like magic for babies, you know. I do magic for adults now. Adult magic. KK, thank you for the 11 months. I love the time I spent here with all my heart. Here's to many more jonks. Thank you very much, dude. And Megafee, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the sweet potato community. Yeah, it was a magic set that was based on this kid's CBBC, I can't remember his name. I always forget his name. He was like a CBBC magician dude. And there was a set. And yeah, the only real thing I remember is the box. You could make things like disappear. Writing is hard. Thank you for the 14 months. Heyo, hope you're well. I'm making a sweet potato curry tonight, and it made me think of you. Oh, I'm glad that made me think you make me think of you and me. Thank you. Stephen Mullen? Maybe. Damn, you guys are good with names. Stephen Mullen. Yep, that's exactly him. That is exactly him. He was, yeah, that's him. He did magic for kids. How about that? Tricky TV. Was that what it was called? God damn. You guys are good. You guys got the memories of hawks. Have they got good memories? Super Merxy, thank you for the 19 months. I do love good adult magic. Yes, exactly. It's adult magic. Look, we all love it. Reb, thank you for the 12 months. Thank you for making getting ready for work a little bit better. Thank you very much, dude. Thanks for joining us today. The British £20 coin is a commemorative coin first issued by the Royal Mint in 2013. I don't trust anything that's minted. No, I don't trust that. I don't trust like that. SC, thank you very much for the 3 months. I had a dream that we, Chat, and PJ were all in a room and we watched PJ play some games. It was amazing. Thanks for the jonks. Technically, you're not wrong. We are all in a room right now. We're just not in the same room. However, today we are not watching me play games. No, today we are going to be looking at some old schoolwork and stories that I wrote when I was a kid, specifically around the 11-year-old mark. That's kind of what I've got today. I do have one thing from when I'm like in year 9, which is a little bit maybe less endearing, because how old was I then? Like maybe like 14 or 13 maybe? It's only one thing, but I wanted to show it because it's kind of amusing. I will say I've not like read through them in detail. But I have scanned them just to make sure there's nothing doxy. And in a couple of places, I have actually redacted a couple of things that I don't think are necessarily appropriate for stream. I might try and talk about what they are when we're around that point. It's only like one thing, but I may have written one or two things that was potentially a bit inappropriate. Even like as a kid, it was like my teacher was like, you shouldn't have written this. I'll explain what that was without reading what it is when we get there. So we'll get there soon. We'll get there at some point. Is that the first book we're gonna look at? No, it's not. So let me give you a quick little let me show you. Let's do a little show and tell here. So I've got like a bunch of things here. I've got writing books. I've got PJ's school council book. I'll try and explain what that is. PJ's homework. Spellings. Naughty. This is not the most interesting thing, but I want to show you it for one thing. One thing I thought of when flicking through this that's a little spicy. Story writing. It's quite fun. I've bookmarked a few of those things. Story writing. Literacy skills. Also quite interesting. Sketchbook. I guess it's just got some drawings in. I can't really remember. And this is just a folder full of random bits of work, just things I wanted to show you. You know what, let's start with the spellings, just because this is not the most exciting one. So let's get this one out of the way first. And yeah, there is more stuff at home back at my parents' house, so I will when I go back another time, I'll bring that and we'll have a nice fun little time on stream. But if you remember, you may remember, I think this VOD got deleted, unfortunately, but I showed you a book a few months back of like my big book of games. This is kind of like, if you remember that stream, this should be a nice little predecessor to that, I think. Or no, successor, sorry, should I say. It's a successor to that. I'm happy to hear you got petrol. So am I. It was actually relatively simple in the end. A bunch of places were shut, and then we found one that wasn't. Anyway, petrol talk aside, let's talk about young 11-year-old PJ and his foray into learning about the world, literacy, story writing, all sorts of stuff. And let's have a little bit of fun with that. So also, Yippee Skippy, thank you for the 2 months. I'm always at work when you're live, but love catching the VODs. So happy to catch one live. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you catching up, catch-upping up on the VODs. Let's take a little look. So the spellings, this is nothing too exciting, but I do want to tell you, I do want to talk a little bit about something here. So yeah, September 2001. So I was 10 years old here. This is actually, I was 10 years old here. I think what this was, the teacher would read out a word and we would have to try and spell it. So like niece, brief, belief, believe, chief, handkerchief, grief, you know, you see them. All these words, we'd have to try and spell them. Neat handwriting, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible for a 10-year-old. I think my handwriting's got progressively worse over time. So this is the first one I did. Got a 9 out of 20, which isn't good, but it's not terrible. The next one I got a 7 out of 20, which is even worse. I don't know why it says pink up here. Oh, pink group. I guess I was part of the pink group, whatever that is. So I did even worse here on the next one I did. I second-guessed myself with ceiling. Where was that? Hold on. Did I... Wait, chocolate. Why have I crossed that out and put niece? Desperate, brief, accommodate, belief. I clearly messed something up there. Where was ceiling? Oh, yeah. I before E except after C. Who would have thought? So yeah, 7 out of 20, even worse. 19 out of 20 was next. Well, hang on a minute. How did I just go from 7 to 19? I only got special wrong. Okay, curious. 20 out of 20, 19 out of 20. I'm suddenly a genius. I can suddenly spell 20 out of 20, 20 out of 20 perfectly. Perfect spelling. 18 out of 20, 16, not as good, but still pretty good. 20 out of 20, 18 out of 20. So what happened back then, I wonder? What was happening there? 16, 10 out of 14, so the ratio is still pretty good here. 7 out of 12, pretty good ratio. 20 out of 23, still pretty good. 16 out of 22, not as good. 13 out of 16, still not bad. 18, whatever. So like 19, 23. Is that a film? Is that movie? No, 1927. 1923? I don't know. I think what's happened here is I'm pretty certain 22 out of 23. I'm pretty certain I was cheating. I'm pretty certain I was copying someone else's work. Because then, yeah, 10 out of 20. You can see the weeks where I was basically copying someone and the weeks where I was not. And then 0 out of 20. Fucking 0 out of 20. I could not spell any of these words. Famous, humorous, jealous, marvelous was the person I think I might have been moved. I think I was moved, like, and made to sit next to someone else. And clearly they found me out because famous, humorous, jealous, marvelous, nervous, ridiculous. Yeah, I basically... Carnivorous. No kid knows how to spell carnivorous. Porous, curious, vigorous. Anyway, as you can see, clear as day, 0 out of 20. I'm sorry, how can a kid go from 20 out of 20 to 22 out of 22 to 0 out of 20? Through cheating, clearly. And this was the day I didn't cheat, and I've paid the price. And then 7 out of 15. So anyway, I found that quite amusing. Yeah, I found that quite amusing. What I find even better is that the first couple of weeks, I think I was doing it honestly. I was like really giving it my all, and I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm never going to be good at this. Cheat. 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 Just copy someone else. Anyway, so that's... Hold on, let me get some slightly... Oh, we have got chill tunes on. All right, these are chill. Anyway, so that's spellings. Not very exciting, but you can. We're getting a small little look into the mind of PJ. The mind of a cheater. Scarlett, thank you very kindly for the 16 months. Huge if true. Very huge, and also very true. How do I delete 19... sorry, thank you for the 19 months. These range of marks is me at uni. Well, maybe you should try copying off of someone else. It works. Most of the time. This is the proof. Proof's in the pudding. Anyway, so that's my spelling book. Let's move on to something a little different. Writing. Let's look at a little bit of writing here. Let's take a little look at this. No, I'll do that actually afterwards. So, yeah, I've bookmarked a few things here. There's a few things I'm not going to show. Some of it's just boring. Some of it's just like whatever. But some of it's like sort of like I have to make a few things up. I have to actually like use my imagination. I think that's where it gets quite special. Yeah, I've always been called PJ, yeah. PJ encouraging plagiarism, not if you don't get caught. So this is writing, so I think, let me have a little look. Humorous poetry, I'm going to skip that stuff. I don't think that's very... None of that stuff's interesting, so I'm going to skip all of that. We've got something about Harry Potter here. Like I said, I have not read these. I've just skimmed them. So, like, just to make sure there's no, like, doxing or anything like that, or nothing inappropriate. But we have something about Harry Potter here. I don't know what this is, but we're going to have a read. So here we go. Harry Potter's spoke with fame. Harry Potter's had a deep discussion with Sony. There's a lot of crossing out here. Corporations crossed out. He's blasting off with his new game, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. There is brilliant graphics. Sony corporations crossed out. Say there. Were crossed out. There. Still wrong. There. Releasing the game on PlayStation, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy. The film gave us our inspiration. Crossed out. For some reason. The film is brilliant for the whole family. From my point of view, you can buy Harry Potter toys in any local store. Any local store. It's worth it. It's as cool as ice, baby. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what this is, but I will say, did I say something about the game? Did I say something about the graphics? There are brilliant graphics. Okay, two things. One, I've never played Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the game. Two, the graphics were not good. Maybe for the time, I guess, actually, they were pretty good. But I particularly like this. I'm trying to sell the... What am I trying to sell here? The film? I don't think the film needs my help just here. But, yeah. You can buy Harry Potter toys at any local store. It's worth it! It's as cool as ice. All right. Well, there we go. Somehow you spelled graphics correctly. Don't have any doubt. Don't have any doubt, my dude. Right, so that's one thing. Moving swiftly on. There's a lot. We want to get through a lot of this, so let's keep it moving. Shigeru Miyamoto. So as you'll learn to see, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with video games. That's basically it, video games. And so like a lot of my schoolwork, there are like hidden little things. I've hidden a lot of video gamey stuff into them. Yeah, PS1 Hagrid, yeah. Flipendo is so important to me. Same, honestly. I played the second one. I played Chamber of... What is it? Mystery. What's it called? Chamber of Secrets? Mooney's Mischief. Thank you very much for the 9 months. 9 months already. Thanks for all the streams. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you for coming along. Shigeru Miyamoto. My childhood hero. Let's take a little look. Shigeru Miyamoto. Amazingly, I've spelled his name almost right as well. He created computer games. He come from Japan. He has a Japanese name. He knows the man who created Pokemon. I crossed out Game Freak. Yeah, I would imagine so. When he releases a game first, he makes them in Japanese. Okay, I'm trying to wrap my brain around that one. I'm trying to imagine... I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why I've discredited Game Freak there. How did you think of the design for Mario? Oh, I think this was like if I was interviewing him, I think I had to write some questions. How did you think of the designs for Mario? What were you interested... Oh. What were you interested with the game company? Why don't you make more adventure games? I guess he has since, maybe. Right? Wait, aren't all his games adventure games? I guess platformers, whatever. Do you have any children? Why am I asking Shigeru Miyamoto, do you have any children? What country do you live in? PJ, you're asking questions that you already know the answers to. I think this was one of those things where I was told, like, oh, mate, you have to also make up some questions. And I was like... I already know where he lives, but whatever. Mario goes big. Shigeru Miyamoto has much success in his computer game designing life. He has made millions. The game designs were perfect for making money. The game designs were perfect for making money. He cracked the code, guys. He knows how to do it. He is a rich Japanese man. Again, have not looked at this since I was 10 years old. His success is bringing him closer and closer. Just one closer wasn't enough. His success is bringing him closer and closer to fame. When he found out PlayStation was trying to beat his Super Nintendo, he was forced to announce Nintendo 64 was being released. They forced his hand, guys. They forced his hand. There was a board meeting where somebody come running in saying, Shigeru Miyamoto, they've announced PlayStation. We have to hit the red button. We have to go live with Nintendo 64. It has to happen. It has to happen now. He has met other game designers. Rareware teamed up with Nintendo to make brilliant games like Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong. He wants to release his games to the world, and especially to his own country in Japan. I mean, yeah, I think that goes without saying. In the past few years, he has created Mario cartoons and Donkey Kong cartoons. He thought of many ways of created his games. He has even made Paper Mario games. Oh, I love it. Oh my god. So yeah, obviously I was obsessed with Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto. I was fascinated with it. Honestly, this is quite literate for a 10-year-old. I mean, I can't really remember how smart 10-year-olds are. This is quite good, honestly. I know the source material to a certain degree. You know, I think it's not bad. I think it's not terrible. Soja, thank you very much for the 4 months. Yippee. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it very much. You know all about Japan. Basically, yes. 10-year-old PJ was a massive weeb. I actually wasn't that into anime when I was younger. I loved Dragon Ball Z. That was like one of my favorite things to watch as a kid. But I wasn't like big into like lots of other anime. I guess I watched stuff like Shin-Chan. I watched whatever we would get over here that was on Toonami. Otherwise, I didn't really have much of an idea of actual anime. Tres Visos, thank you very much for the 3 months as well. 3 is the best number, yes or yes. Yes, it is, actually. By the way, great stream. I just got here and I love 11-year-olds. Peach's mind already would love to be his teacher. Yeah, we're going to get onto that shortly. The idea of what it would have been like to be my teacher. Because in some of these books, we have teacher's notes, and they are very interesting to read. And I want to talk a bit about that in a little while as well. What is this? Is this worth reading? Probably not. The Termly Times. Oh, okay. I'm talking about what I enjoyed doing in that term. I'll read it anyway. I'll read it. We've got time. This term, completing my fairground ride was most enjoyable. Many enjoyed fairground making, whilst others would rather work hard and read. As year 6, I think I was very successful when doing art. Maths was one of the many things I was good at. Was it? I don't think so. Many year 6s didn't have a big quantity of work, but others with a good quality. Why am I critiquing my classmates here? William Morris's work was a colorful piece, and agreeing on the year 6 agreement was a fun part of our topic.
Cocky little freak!
I guess I was. We don't need to read this. What I will read though is this bit here. This is kind of a bit of a self-evaluation here. Shout out to William Morris. Yeah, there we go. Just casually reviewing William Morris. I will read this bit, however, because I found this interesting when I scanned over it. This term, we are going to do about change. Like how we have changed over the years? Oh, the years. I think I was going to give a number, but then I didn't. We'll be painting on what the real artists use. Maybe canvas? I think maybe I meant by that what the real artists use, not like these fucking chump year 6s. We will be looking at endangered species. We'll also be finding out about Rousseau and Gauguin. They were 2 famous painters, right? Okay, sorry, I probably butchered their names there. I guess, yeah, we did a lot of art stuff in year 6, I suppose. Here we go. I've changed from small to tall over year 1, I've changed from small to tall ever since year 1. Small to tall. I've learned something new each term, and it's still in my head. Is it? Okay. My writing wasn't very neat in year 1, but now I can use a fountain pen. Hell yeah. If I could change... Redacted. This is like I think this is my secondary school. It's not a big deal. I've just taken them away just so whatever. If I could change something about my secondary school, it would be to change the number of classes, because you go to about 5 different classes a day. If I could change something about myself, I would change my... personality's been crossed out. Oh. My personality. No. Maybe that's too deep. Height. I backed out. Oh, man. No, not my personality, but my height. Because I think I should be a bit taller. But I've crossed that out. Because I think compared to some people, I'm a bit small. And then the teacher's written short. Yeah, fair enough. This, I guess, was before my ginormous growth spur. Where I went from like 5 foot to 6'2" in the span of a week. If I could change... Redacted. If I could change my primary school, I would lower the speed limit to a bit slower so cars would be safer. Originally I write so nobody crashes, but I crossed that out and put... So yeah, I would like to change the speed limit so nobody crashes. If I had the power to change the world, I would stop all the wars and fights. Fighting the good fight forever and always, Peach. Yeah, so this is 11-year-old... was I 11 here? I think, yeah, I was 11 years old here. If I could change one thing, stop all the wars and the fights. And you know what is interesting here is that this was the year, I think, we learned about World War II. And I remember it really shocked me. There's a lot of stuff. I've written a lot of stuff about Hitler for some reason. And a lot of it's just like... Why did he do this? What went so wrong that he had to do this? So we'll be getting onto that shortly. But yeah, so there we go. Just a little bit of writing to start us off. The stories will come soon. The stories will come shortly. But yeah, just take everything with like the reminder that I was young. There might be a few things in here that will like, you know. The UK schooling system is obsessed with Hitler. Yeah, I find that very strange. Like, looking back on this, I found it very strange how much, basically, there was that we were taught about that. It was very interesting. We'll have a look. Let's have a look. So, we're going to skip all this. This is not important stuff. What was this? Topic evaluation. I think this was like just this was just writing about the past term of things that we'd done. So I'll have a little read here. I don't know if there's anything interesting here. We'll have a look. This term, the Science Museum trip, has been very exciting for me. To be honest, I really enjoyed the electronic seal, Paro. Oh my god, yeah, I remember there was this, like, we went to the Science Museum, I think in London, and there was this electronic seal, and it was like it was amazing. To me, I was like, that is so cool, I want it. I want that seal. But they were like, you can't buy it. It's like super expensive. Anyway, I don't think it was even for sale. Anyway, I was obsessed with this seal. Oh, hang on a minute. I really enjoyed the electronic seal when most people were amused by the giant water rocket. So I'm saying, yeah, giant water rocket, not interesting. But that electronic seal, I thought that shit was real. I must say that the living and growing really did disgust me. The living and growing really did disgust me. Interesting. Okay. I wonder what about that was disgusting. Most of the class thought it was funny, but there was really nothing to laugh about. This might have been like... living and growing. I'm trying to think what that would have been. Living and growing, it would have probably been about like how the human body changes over time and stuff. Whereas for some reason, I must say that it really did disgust me. Most of the class thought it was funny, but there was really nothing to laugh about. Paragraph 2. That's not usually how you separate paragraphs, but okay, we'll go with it. One of my favorite parts was probably my Quidditch instructions, because I carefully drew Harry Potter and colored him in with real eye-catching colors. On the other hand, I was okay with first aid. Quidditch, coloring in Harry Potter. On the other hand, first aid. I don't think on the other hand is necessary there. Paragraph 3. When the class was doing their Dear Noah poems, because I did a hyena, I imagined me as a hyena. I didn't think the moldy bread experiment was very terrible. Hold on, I think I've read these out of order. There's another one where I talk about bread. There's a book where I talk about doing an experiment with bread, trying to make it moldy. I guess we're reading this backwards. How are these linked? I don't know. Who is Noah? Probably Noah's Ark, I imagine. Yeah, probably Noah's Ark, because they were writing poems because I did a hyena and I imagined me as a hyena. I didn't think the moldy bread experiment was very terrible. On the other hand, I was very interested in the plant experiment. Quite interesting. Which was quite interesting. Sorry, these are teacher's notes. I think the outcome of this term has been most amusing. This term, I think the best thing was the painting on the canvas. On the canvas. Teacher's like, nope. Canvas. Because my colors really were solid colors. Sorry, I need to read that sentence again. This term, I think the best thing was the painting on the canvas because my couleurs really were solid colors. I've spelt colors wrong there, but I've spelt it correctly here. Okay. Introduction. This term we'll be looking at our living landscape. We will be concentrating on World War II. World War L, crossed out, 2. Maybe I was going to write 2, I don't know. At World War II, wait, what? World War I was the first time they used airplanes to drop bombs. Thousands of children and elderly were evacuated to the countryside. Is that true? Evacuated to the countryside? I would like to find out why Germany was so angry that they attacked England rather than any other country. Why were they so angry? For science, this term will mainly be looking at forces, light, sound, and changing materials. I would mainly like to find out about how to change materials. Buddhism is the main religion we'll be looking at. I don't know much about it, so I have tons of questions like where they pray. I'm sure that I can find out this information from the internet and in fiction books. The teacher has added non-fiction there. Added the non there because I think I got my fiction and non-fiction confused. Or maybe 11-year-old PJ was just super woke or something. I don't know. Yeah. In internet or non-fiction books. Anyway. I think I still get that confused, to be honest. Fiction and non-fiction. Can we just say, like, made-up stories and real stuff? Introduction to rocks. We don't need to read that. Probably not very interesting. It's just about rocks. Who cares? The Second World War. Okay, why have I bookmarked this? The Second World War lasted for 6 years. The Second World War started 1939 in September to 1945 in August. Not just the Army, Navy, and Air Force was involved in the war. Ordinary people got involved as well. Ordinary people. I don't know why that has tickled me. The idea that it's like, you've got Army, Navy, and Air Force, and then ordinary people. The morning after the London air raid, the picture was really too upsetting to put in the newspaper. Just before the war started, experts said that all large British cities would be bombed and destroyed. But gladly, that did not happen. Yeah, fucking gladly, that did not happen. I think the word gladly there is far too blasé. There was a chance that cities would be bombed and destroyed. Gladly, that didn't happen. I feel like there's probably a better word you can use than gladly. Yeah. Yeah, phew, huh? Yeah, there's definitely moments where you can see that I'm like, I've read some information and I've like written it down and then I've ad-libbed, I've added my own bits of like my own thoughts on the situation. Gladly that didn't happen. Is this a diary? This is schoolwork from when I was 10, 11 years old. So we're just sort of looking at various things that we were learning about at the time. Keeping ice frozen. PJ studied improv. Shortly, so this is just random work stuff. We've got stories, actual stories coming up that I'm quite looking forward to because I haven't actually properly read them. So yeah, stories coming up soon. Also, City of Illustrations, thank you for the 10 months. Hope you're all having a lovely day. You too, dude. Gem NYC, thank you very much for the 5 months. Oh, damn, 5 months? Thank you very much. Time Warp Solo, thank you for the 12 months. I watched some of your old guitar vids and inspired me to start learning. Even though I thought I was too old. Now I'm 22 and having weekly lessons and loving it. Also, hot damn, a whole year. Dude, it's never too old to start learning an instrument. I mean, people say when you're younger, you're more like, it's, you know, you learn better. Doesn't mean you can't start learning at any time. Keeping ice frozen. I am trying to find out how to keep ice frozen. Pretty simple, right? Yeah, we've gone from World War II to ice. I predict that keeping the ice in tinfoil will keep it cool because it's cold and no light can get to it. We used ice scales, tray, balloons, tinfoil, bubble wrap, water. We first weighed our ice to make the experiment fair. Hitler. Wow, okay. I think that's all I did on that day. And then we've gone straight on to Hitler. Born in 1889, 20th of April, Adolf Hitler. When Hitler was 3 years old, his family moved to Passau. Hitler dreamed of being a priest. Okay. Is that true? I don't know. 2 of his siblings died from diphtheria when they were little siblings. I don't remember that. He died in 1945. Several attempts were made on Hitler's life during the war, but none were successful. He didn't just die, by the way. Yeah. Soon in 1919, Hitler built this. None of this is in order. None of this is in order. Confundo Chrissy, thank you for gifting a sub to PJ Stop. Look, this is this is what they taught us in school. This is what they taught us in school. Soon in 1919, Hitler built up a Nazi party. Okay, Hitler's Nazi party won 18%. Okay, whatever. Hitler ran for president. Is that true? Hitler's dad died in 1903. What, these are such random facts. And that's it. Oh, then a biography. He started his life in 20th of April, the age of 3. Hitler's first dream was of becoming a priest, but his dream sadly came true. Did I mean sadly didn't come true? What am I trying to say here? Maybe I'm trying to say, like, if he had become a priest, none of what he did would have happened. Maybe? I have no idea. I don't know why I'm trying to ad-lib in here. I should have just written what I was told to write. Hitler never really... Yeah, whatever. Okay, so it's just more... It's just stuff. It's just stuff about... They just taught us about World War II and Hitler a lot for some reason. Anyway. Okay. Moving on. Topic evaluation. This term, I have enjoyed when Mrs. Letts was teaching us all about first aid, because now I know what to do. Now I know what to do. Yeah, oh, yeah, so... Then they taught us about Auschwitz, and I think I was writing as if it was the Daily Mirror, Chamberlain announced war. I don't know. But nobody panic, our warriors will not give up until we get Hitler. Where were we? I also liked our visit to Derbyshire as we did swimming in a long pool. I'm easily impressed. It was a long pool. It wasn't just a regular pool, it was a long pool. My best piece of work this term was my drug leaflet, how I've explained not to do drugs. So this, I actually think I left this at home. I think I found that and I left it at home, but it was basically saying like, oh, don't drink alcohol because if you do, you'll basically die. And don't do drugs because if you do, you'll basically die. I think my coin rubbing has really shown up on the paper with different colors. Also, I think my story I made with Daniel really is easy to understand the moral. This term I've learned how to put someone in the recovery position. I have now learned how to write a limerick and a clerihew? Guys, what's a clerihew? What's a clerihew? Is that a thing? Did I mean haiku? Is it anything? Is it anything? Is it actually something? I'm gonna have to Google it because you guys are being confusing. Clerihew. Oh, it is a thing. A clerihew is a whimsical 4-line biographical poem invented by Ed. Okay, right. It's a poem, apparently. Who would have thought? Why are you pretending you don't know where there is written evidence that you know what it is? Wait, what? Why are you pretending you don't know when there is written evidence? Oh. Yeah, I guess I forgot. You guys also, please excuse my internet's going a little funky for some reason, so bear with me whilst that figures it out. Holographic Waffle, thank you as well for the 3 months. What on earth have I walked into? 3 months, baby? Hell yeah, dude. Thank you very much. All right, let's finish this book. If I want to keep ice frozen without the use of a freezer, I know what materials to use. It's just water. You just put water in the freezer. It's not hard. All right. Let me just have a quick look. Why is that being funky? Why is it being funky? I'm gonna have a slap. What has caused such a thing? Let me have a look. Let's try doing a speed test. Yeah, I want to hold off until the internet fixes, just because I think what we're about to we're shortly going to be diving into stories, and that's going to be really special. All right. Ping's fine, download speed's fine. What's wrong with the upload speed, huh? Upload speed's also fine. I have no idea what's going on. So can you guys still hear me? The speed test killed it? Really? The speed test was too much? Really? Okay. Oh, here we go. It's back. We're back. Cool. We're back. Don't know what that was all about, but here we are. Here we are. Right. Let's jump back in. This, I've only bookmarked one thing, and it says saying. So what is this? Okay. This will be a short thing. This was in school, we had to write sayings, I guess. We had to write down some sayings. So let me read you some of these things. You know what I'm going to do as well? Let's hide some of these. Let's read them at the same time. No peeking ahead. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That's a saying, right? That's a saying. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Good. I got it. I even got a tick. You guys are all caught up, right? You guys can see what I'm saying? You can see the sayings? You can see the sayings, right? Just want to make sure everything's okay. Excellent. Okay. Too many cooks spoil the broth. That is true. Yes, they do. And that is a saying. Don't judge a chocolate bar by its wrapper. It doesn't matter what something looks like on the outside. I didn't get a tick for that one. Maybe that's not like a common saying. Maybe there's something wrong with this one. Maybe this is not a common saying. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay. Next. Never skate on thin ice. I've crossed that one out because I think that's not a saying. Yeah, this one is don't judge a book by its cover. You don't need all this stuff about chocolate bars and the wrappers. You don't need any of that. Never skate on thin ice. Don't do something to get hurt. It's not a saying though, is it? It's like it's well intentioned, but it's not a saying. Could be a saying. It's probably not though. It's just it's a rule to live by, but it's not a saying. Never skate on thin ice. Don't do something to get hurt. Never play football in small spaces. No. The teachers put an X there. The teachers put an X there. Never play football in small spaces. Originally, it was in puddles. These are like... I'm treating them as if they're like proverbs. Like ancient proverbs. Never play football in puddles or small spaces. Also, why have I crossed out puddles and replaced it with small spaces? We may never know. You can't do stuff in awkward places. Teachers put a little X there as well. Also, what's the numerical system for this? G, H, 1, 2, 3. You can't do stuff in awkward places, guys. You can't do stuff in awkward places. What kind of stuff? Just stuff. You can't do stuff in awkward places. Am I right? All right, next. Don't chase rolling money. What's this? Don't chase rolling money into... I gave up on that one. Don't chase... Is that even the start of a saying? I don't think it is. Don't chase rolling money into... Too many firemen. Don't put out the fire. That's not a saying. The teachers put a little X there because it's not a saying. Too many firemen, don't put out the fire. What's that trying to say? I think I'm trying to do like too many cooks spoil the broth, but I'm trying to like apply it to other situations and other professions, but clearly that doesn't make any sense. Too many firemen, don't put out the fire. I would argue more firemen the better, actually. Don't get too much or it will get spoiled. Don't get too much or something will get spoiled. I'm really, really hanging on to that too many cooks spoil the broth thing. Let me try that again. Too many firemen, don't put out the fire. Don't get too much or something will get spoiled. I don't know. The task, I don't think it's to make up your own sayings, is it? I think it's to... Or maybe it is. Either way, I've gotten a tick there, so I guess maybe it made sense. One cake in your face is more valuable as the two in the shop. Excuse me? One cake in your face more valuable as the two in the shop. Is that a saying? I don't think so. Be grateful for what you've got. I think what I'm trying to say there is be grateful for what you've got. While the fox sleeps, the rabbit sneaks. If you're expecting something, it's possible you'll never get it. How are they linked? How are they linked? While the fox sleeps, the rabbit sneaks. If you're expecting something, it's possible you'll never get it. It's also possible you will get it. If you're expecting something, there is a chance you will get it. Yeah, sure, it's possible you'll never get it. That's such a non-statement. It's some things happen, some things don't happen. It might as well just have been that. When cakes are in the oven, there is no mitts. When there is oven mitts, there is no cakes. Something may only come around once. I'm going to need some help with that one. When cakes are in the oven, there is no oven mitts. When there is oven mitts, there is no cakes. What? Something may only come around once. Astrology. Cakeology. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but cake, I guess. One by one, and the job can get done. It even rhymes. If you take your time, you can go anywhere. Hold on a minute. We need to break this down. One by one, and the job can get done. If you take your time, you can go anywhere. I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, if you take... yeah, oh, am I trying to say slow and steady wins the race? Kind of? I don't know. That's a really long-winded way of saying slow and steady wins the race. When two crocodiles are fighting... Oh, this is going to be a fucking good one. When two crocodiles are fighting... Yes. Please, PJ, tell me more. What does happen when two crocodiles are fighting? In a lake, don't stick your oar in, don't get in the way, and just mind your own business. Wow. Wow. Oh, yeah. Big redacted. When two crocodiles are fighting... in a lake, don't stick your oar in, don't get in the way, and just mind your own business. Why does this sound like something that Michael Scott would say? Something I like to live by is, when two crocodiles are fighting in a lake, don't stick your oar in, don't get in the way, and just mind your own business. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get, yeah, all right, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god!
So true, PJ. Okay, this next one, I'm not going to read it. I'm going to just describe what has happened here. And then I'm going to read you the teacher's note. What I've written is not... what I've written here that has been redacted is not like... It's hard to say this exactly. So... we were told to write something about a day. They said, pick a day, pick an event that has happened on a day, and write about it. Write a poem about it. So, well-meaning and well-mannered PJ tried to write a poem about the great tragedy that was 9/11. It had happened the year prior to this, and it was like really still fresh in my brain. You know, and what I've redacted is the poem, just because I don't think it's necessarily appropriate to read it on stream. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. But either way, I started writing this poem, and truly, I meant well with it. I was just trying to write like a poem about, like, you know, I was trying to be sweet about it. But the teacher saw what I was doing, and they said, no, absolutely not. So I crossed that out. I crossed that poem out. And then I started writing a different poem. I picked something about football. It's something about I took a penalty. It's something about football. I remember I was really upset because I really tried my hardest to write a nice, like, sort of memorial type of poem, but you know, I was only 11 years old here, so I couldn't quite do it justice, I don't think. And so she was like, no, you have to write about something different. She said, you have to write about something different, pick something different. And I was like, I don't know what else to write about. I've already got so far into this poem. So I just picked some random football match, and I didn't care about this. Owen scored. It was 1-0. The Brazilians felt quite ill. Then Brazil got a big free kick. It went in and Seaman felt sick. Is that how you spell his name? But he wanted to stay in goal. But next he was in hospital. It was... Did that even happen? The teacher's note was this. I think this was quite a difficult topic to choose, PJ. Don't forget, each line needs to be 8 syllables. Yeah. So that was like, I just remember feeling like, I remember feeling almost a bit crushed because I went into it with good intentions and the teacher told me like, you can't write about that. And I didn't really understand why, but maybe, I guess it maybe wasn't, they didn't really teach us about it in school. It was something that we learned. I mean, I remember I was in school when it happened and then I went home and, you know, saw everything about on the news. But they didn't really talk about it in school. Not that I remember, at least. And so, yeah, I just remember the teacher saying, like, yeah, not to write about it. Anyway, stories are coming, guys. Original stories are coming. So, anyway, that's a thing. That's a thing that happened. This is just one page. This book only has one page. PJ's school council book, and there's a little drawing of Psyduck there as well, if you can see that. PJ's school council book. I don't know what this is. Maybe I was on the school council, and these are some of my ideas. Maybe some of my ideas that I want to put forward to the school to change it for the better. 3 or 4 bird feeders. I've crossed that out, so clearly I've changed my mind on that. Do a fun run and a sponsored walk. Have a non-uniform day once in a month. Fill in the hole near the black gate and the other holes. Tuck shop at the first play. Have a raffle at the tuck shop. Speed bumps. I like this one's in pencil. Speed bumps. I seriously had a problem with how fast cars drove around the school, I think. The bell should go at dinner time. Exact. Buy new chip pap. What is any of this? What is any of this? Exact. Buy new chip pap. What is chip pap? Does anyone know? And then that's it. There's nothing else in this book. Maybe I was booted off the school council after this. Maybe they didn't like my ideas. Tag yourself. I'm exact. I don't know what any of that was supposed to be, but I remember being like, I think this was something to do with like, I wanted to suggest ideas to the school to make the school better. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway. I'm speed bumps. In pencil. Right. Let's have a little look. I think we're moving on to some good stuff now. We have story writing, homework, literacy skills. Let's do homework. I think there's only one thing I want to read from here. Homework. Here we go. The new teacher. Right. Okay, so this is a story I think I wrote when I was a kid called The New Teacher. Let's take a little look. We do have a question as well. Is the UK thing to learn all the gruesome details about Hitler, World War II, and Auschwitz at like 10 years old? Because I'm German and we didn't learn much about the Second World War until like 13, 14. I can imagine stuff hits you hard when you were young. We did learn about it when we were young, yeah, at like 10. I remember, and then we learned about it again in secondary school, and yeah, we learn all the facts and everything. In the secondary school, there was a trip. The school arranged a trip to go to Auschwitz. I remember I couldn't go for some reason, but I remember we learn about it in great detail. Hollis, thank you for the 6 months. Thanks for all the jonks. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. Right. Moving on. Let's read a little story here, shall we? The story is called The New Teacher. The fire bell blasted off a large noise. Girls screaming, boys shouting, all ignoring the teachers. The children were lining up class by class. 2 boys named Chris and Mickey were snickering and laughing under their breath. Great start. You see that? Great start. After a while, the children went back into the school. The class were wondering where Mr. Stammer was. The principal of the school came into the classroom not too long after. He was going to make an announcement. Mickey thought it was about Chris setting off the fire bell. Actually, Mr. Stammer had retired, and they had a new teacher going by the name of Mrs. Hickleby. Great name. After a few days, Mrs. Hickleby was really trying to teach, but all Mickey and Chris were interested in was flicking rubber bands, throwing fluff around, and balancing pencils on their noses. More children were getting fed up of Mrs. Hickleby. The class planned a trick on Mrs. Hickleby, or her, I guess. First, they were pretending to be like each other, confusing Mrs. Hickleby. She was remaining calm, only saying to herself, "Don't worry, they're not asking a lot of questions." "Don't worry, Mrs. Hickleby, you've got this. They're not asking a lot of questions." Mrs. Hickleby read a poem to the class. The poem read, "Oh, what a sandwich with the pickles. Oh, the tomatoes, the red tomatoes," also reminding her of her lunch. She reached for it, but it was nowhere to be found. She turned to the left, and she saw Chris had eaten it. Mrs. Hickleby ran out of the classroom, leaving the class with a very mean teacher named Sergeant Hickley. Are they in any way related? The class thought he was insane. His questions were way too hard. He sent 3 people to the corner. Not the corner! Then he pointed at Mickey and said, "In the corner now," in a very low voice. Even though Mickey didn't do anything, Mr. Hickley said it was for the symmetry. As in, Mr. Hickley wanted the kids in the corner to be symmetrical. The next day, the class all went to Mrs. Hickleby's house. They were all in a circle in the garden. They started off with reading a poem. This time, the poem read, "Mrs. Hickleby is the best teacher we had for half a day." I guess all I'm trying to say is we want you back. Mickey read nicely. Chris had made a new sandwich for Mrs. Hickleby. I wouldn't eat that. Don't eat that. After the class got back to school, they were asking loads of questions, which drove Mr. Hickley insane. The only thing left to do was to rehire Mrs. Hickleby. The school did, and Mickey and Chris, known as the Terrible Two, were never silly again. Splat! The teacher sat on some super glue. Well, they were nearly never silly again. For the symmetry! And then the teacher's written this, and I think this is so sweet. PJ, I love your stories. Underlined love. They're always quirky and make me chuckle. Remember paragraphs. That is like so sweet. I remember in primary school, the teachers were so encouraging of like story writing. And I'm not just saying this to like big myself up, but the kids in my class really liked hearing. I got to read my stories out to the class quite a lot because I think it was because maybe they were a little bit different. I don't know. There was something about it, but my stories were always a little bit unhinged or a bit weird or something, and my teachers always let me read them out to the class, and I remember all the kids being really excited to hear my stories, and I just have such fond memories of that. So when I got to secondary school, it was such a slap in the face when everything I thought was the case was not the case with school. Everything was different, and then I had a lot of bad experiences. But primary school, generally, which is just our first school we go to in the UK, for anyone who doesn't know, I had such like amazing experiences, and the teachers, yeah, they were so kind about my stories and stuff. So yeah, anyway, that's one of many. What was that called? The New Teacher. That's a tame one compared to what we've got coming, I believe. Lizard Daphne, thank you for the 8 months. Great name. Thank you very much, dude. Secondary school, destroying spirits since forever. Yeah, it was very different. It was hard for me to wrap my head around. But yeah. The next story we're going to be looking at is called In the Vault. It's called In the Vault. You ready? Here we go. I was in the... and I loved descriptive words. I love to be as descriptive as possible, as you're going to see as we proceed through these stories now. I was in the smelly, damp vault, exploring under the church flagstones. At that moment, click, click, step-by-step footsteps grew louder. I heard 3 evil voices. One was like a crow as he shrieked, "I feel ready to go for any good loot tonight." The second was like a bulldog as he moaned, "I wonder who the poor suckers we're gonna rob tonight will be." The third sounded like a lion roaring for meat when he said, "We'll stash the cargo and get out of here." I hid, not breathing at all. Just cut off my entire breathing. I think I meant I'm holding my breath. As they came and left, I really wanted to get out. Not knowing one flagstone... I don't even know what a flagstone is. Not knowing one flagstone locks the door and floods the vault. And at that moment, yes, I stepped on it. The only light was coming through the keyhole. The woodworms had been to work today, I could tell. The woodworms. As the coffins crumbled, leaving corpses floating around me. Holy shit. Sorry, when was this? January 2002. I was 11. And I'm writing stories about corpses floating around me. Okay. I had no choice but to dive to the bottom, touching every flagstone until it was empty. The corpses tried to attack me. Luckily, there was a nearby stone I threw, making the bones crunch and creak. I rushed as the smugglers came back. This time, I wasn't so lucky as they spotted me. I ran and made a quick escape, just letting me falling lower? I don't know why, but the smugglers jumped after me. I fell in a pile of bones as they formed a giant skeleton. It clutched its finger into my neck, leaving me to do nothing. With my last few grains of energy, I ran. More trouble came as the smugglers dropped down. They hit me to the ground with their fists of steel, hands of hope, claws of blood, thirsty, draining power. That is so weirdly descriptive. I don't know what I'm trying to exactly say here. I laid there, doing nothing, but waiting if someone would come and help me, or let me lay there, never to be found. Holy shit! And that's where it ends. ... Double ellipsis. Double ellipsis, guys. Can I get a double ellipsis in chat? Some great phrases, PJ, as usual. Vary your beginning, start in the middle of some action, or as a character is speaking. What is that ending? Sorry, what is that ending? Jesus. Okay. That was in the vault, everybody. Next up, we have got Truth or Dare. Truth or Dare. Let's move on. It was going to be I suppose, but I've changed it from first person to third person. He pondered upon a strange photo. Hang on a minute. Do I have, like, music that I could play for this? What's this called? Truth or Dare? I don't know how long this is going to go on for. Let's try it. Let's see if I have, like, some kind of music that can go with this. Let's have a little look. Let's have a look. What about, like, something like this? Yeah. He pondered upon a strange photo, and as he stared, his mouth wouldn't close. On the back, there was a letter, and he started. Started to read. This is what it read. Date, 1939, January 3rd, Friday. Dear Patrick, I know you will not die. There is a place in Australia that will help you. Please go as quick as possible. Love from Uncle. Josh was surprised. He wanted to cry. He wanted to laugh. But most of all, he wanted to see Patrick. The photo was black and white, and it had a picture of Patrick with his arm around Patrick's uncle's shoulder. This was taken by an old camera, but on the back of the date had read 3rd December 2001. It was only lately done, but it couldn't have been. The teacher was corrected. Josh thought the camera was broken, but Patrick looked older. Patrick had been healed. He now knew what had happened to Patrick. ... He was okay. Great idea, PJ. Well written. Is it a great idea? Is it well written? I'm not entirely sure what's going on in this one. But it's like, this is like slice of life stuff. We're just like jumping in the middle and just ending when I feel like ending. You know? I like that, actually. I like that. What's Step by Wicked Step? Is this something I want to read, or is this nothing? We'll skip that one. I don't think there's anything that fun going on there. What's this? Detectives? Okay. Okay, so this stuff is just like preparing for the story. So I'll just read you the story. Okay, so detectives. All right, here we go. The Missing Money Murder. Dr. Tot and Dr. Tat were at the police headquarters when the message came. A robbery had struck. Dr. Tot and Dr. Tat had 2 deadly suspects. They zoomed to the bank as fast as a hare. 2 clues had been left by the awful suspects. One was a passport that said, Mindy Quarter, age 31. The other was a security badge that said, Chief Bob, age 40. I remember him from school, Dr. Tot remembered. They sprang into the car and raced down to the Chief Bob's house as fast as frightening lightning. Frightening lightning? Dr. Tat thought that Chief Bob knew how to turn off the security cameras because Bob, he was a security guard. They knew what they were doing, and fast. They were racing down the city until they reached their number 1 suspect. Crash! The door went down, and Dr. Tat searched the upstairs, and Dr. Tot searched downstairs. The 3 gathered into the living room. Dr. Tat asked some questions like, what was his motive for stealing the money? Chief Bob answered by saying, I never did like you as a kid, but I didn't steal the money. Dr. Tot's next question was, how do you explain the security badge near the murdered person and the money stolen from the man? Again, Bob answered by saying, I leave my badge at the bank every day, so the real criminal must have set me up. Anyway, I was at home all day yesterday. I just finished reading The Hobbit. That alibi is not going to fly, my dude. Thank you, Dr. Tat replied, chomping away on a large sandwich. The dazzling duo were off again. They knew the criminal. They rushed to Mindy's house, but wasn't there. She wasn't there, so she left a note saying, I'm off to America with the money, so see you later, suckers. From Mindy Quarter. Damn. She's even, like, signed her own... What's this called? Her note. Suckers. Dr. Tat said, let's go to the airport, even though we won't make it in time. For a hold-up, Mindy got her luggage being checked over and over. One security guard said, I'm sorry, ma'am, but you don't have a passport. Dr. Tot now knew Dr. Tat had found Mindy's passport. Plot twist, maybe? I don't belong in this giant line, so let me cut forward, Mindy demanded. That's me in any queue. Do you know who I am? I don't belong in this giant line. Let me cut forward. You belong in jail, said Dr. Tat. Click! On went the handcuffs. Dr. Tot and Dr. Tat had used the money to help the murdered person family, and they even got a reward. Dr. Tot... we need, like, victory music here. Hold on, because they've clearly won. Here we go. Dr. Tot got a shiny new badge, and Dr. Tat, he got a lifetime supply of cakes, donuts, and anything sweet he could stuff his face with. I don't think that's compensation, but okay. But Dr. Tot knew there were harder crimes to solve in the future. Dr. Tot and Dr. Tat on the case. I might have some explanation for this in a moment. Hold on. I might have some explanation for this in a moment. Teacher's notes. What did my teacher say? I really enjoyed reading this detective story. Your proofreading is really good. You noticed lots of things changed to make your story clearer. We need to work using paragraphs. Yeah, I was really bad at paragraphs. Even though, come on. That's a paragraph. She just didn't appreciate my writing style. Hold on a minute. I have something extra to go with this. Where is it? Hold on a minute. Is it this? Or is this something else? That's something else. Hold on a minute. I have a little extra piece of information. Just curious, were you not allowed to write cursive at school? No, we were supposed to be writing cursive. I have never been able to write cursive. I just can't do it. I'm more comfortable writing like this. And there's even a note from a teacher later saying you need to be writing cursive because I can't understand what you're writing. But yeah, I've just never really been able to do it. I've always just been a whatever this is called. Non-cursive? I don't know. Hold on a minute. Where is... Hold on a minute. There's like a little extra something I want that goes with this, I think. Where is it? Maybe it's in another book. One second. We just call it joined up writing? Yeah. I don't know what else you call it. Hold on a minute. Something else. Hold on. Give me just a second, guys. Wait, am I think I can just... Hang on. I'm trying to basically find the explanation for why one guy was given money and one guy was given cakes. Hold on a minute. Did I describe the characters? Am I thinking of something else? Male detectives. One of them very observant and therefore extremely good at spotting clues. One likes to eat a lot. Oh, there we go. Originally, they were going to be called Ridley Trot and Dr. Salt. Interesting. I wonder why I changed my mind there. The criminal knows how to turn off security cameras. Okay. I like how this is in stages. Stage 1, male detectives. One of them very observant, therefore extremely good at spotting clues. One likes to eat a lot. That's it. That's their personalities. Yeah, I like the names. I don't know why I changed them. Hang on. I feel like there's... Hold on. This was like stuff that was not actually... I'm not going to show this because it's just a load of crap, but... I could have sworn there was like a character sheet in here. I saw something earlier. Basically, I am very descriptive about... I can't find it now. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. All right, let's move on. Let's have another story. Manhole trouble. You guys want to hear a story called Manhole Trouble? Firstly, though, I'm going to say a little thank you to Donut Do That for the 3 months. Haven't been here in a while because of work, but 3 months, boy, hell yeah, dude. Thank you for coming by today. Today we are reading old stories that I wrote as a kid in school when I was about 10 or 11 years old. I was never into Tintin. No, I never saw Tintin as a kid. I haven't even seen it now as an adult, actually. Silly Soraya, thank you for the 11 months. And Caroline May, thank you for the 7 months. Hey, 7 months, love the stories. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. All right. Manhole trouble. It was the most beautiful day of summer, with lovely smelling flowers and the sun shining hard. Sam was a little 9-year-old boy and simply hated crocodiles. All right, we're mentioning crocodiles again. Him and his purple poodle, named Ham, decided to go for a stroll in the park. Sam and Ham were the best pals ever. When they got home, Sam's mum, named Pam, decided to give Sam a mobile phone for being so nice to little Ham. Damn, dude. Getting a phone for being nice to his dog? You should be nice by default. Strawberry Cat Strudel, thank you for extending your sub, dude. I appreciate it very much. The next day, the routine of Sam and Ham having a stroll went on again, but this time, Sam's mobile started ringing. That's where Ham ran for her life. Sadly, she ran into some orange-coated construction workers and fell into a manhole. Sam could have gone to tell his mum, Pam, in brackets, in case you forgot, but he knew she would had his mobile taken off him. Sam wow, okay. Okay. He's got his priorities straight. Sam climbed into the icky, smelly water and started to look around. He thought to himself, where could Ham be? So far, he had found an old book, a couple of soggy boots, and a crocodile. At that moment, he realized it. He found mustard. Oh, and the crocodile. I think I'm trying to be funny there. I'm not sure what I mean by that. Sam ran. Well, actually, he swam. Forgetting about Ham, he climbed out and jumped. Damn, dude, Sam! Selfish son of a bitch. Luckily, he fell onto a dump truck. After a while, Sam asked the driver, where exactly are we going? The driver replied by strangely saying, crunch, snap, snap, crunch. Sam thought about it and said, excuse me, but that sounded like you just said to me, we're off to the swamp. And why did you say that the swamp is your home? Sam realized that the crocodile was driving. How is this? What's the logic here? How is this happening? Luckily, he saw his house not too far away. Sam leaped off the truck and landed into his front garden. Crash! Jesus, Sam had landed head first. Sam was walking a bit funny, and his sight was going funny. When he got into the house, he only saw his mum Pam as a crocodile. It must have been because of the crash. The only thing Sam could say was, help! If you were paying attention, Sam had lost his phone, and the dog was probably... and probably a chunk of his brain. The teacher says, I found the ending rather confusing, but enjoyed the rest of the story. You used your draft plan well. That is a very confusing story. He's like, there's crocodiles everywhere. He's seeing people as crocodiles. Is he a crocodile? Because he can understand. Is he like, was I inspired by Harry Potter maybe? Like, you know how Harry can speak to snakes? You know, he does like Parseltongue. Maybe was this my version of Parseltongue? He can understand crocodiles. I don't know when he lost his phone. I don't think that was explained properly. I don't think I explained that. Okay. Next up, we got another one. Let's do. Hang on, let me get some. Let's get some music for this one. Where's my music? Let's do this one. All right, here we go. So, the next one doesn't even have a title. This story doesn't even have a title. Untitled. As the 6 Italian men huddled together, they finished the last few drops of their wine. They had been spotted before. 2 angry shopkeepers spotted them. This is so messy. Just silence in the air. There's a lot of stuff crossed out there. There's no excuse. The man in the middle was called Gary. What? Well, okay, we'll let you off for this one time. But what the shopkeepers didn't know, Gary had a case full of more grape wine. So they continued to drink. Thank you, we'll be taking that, one shopkeeper said. It was another usual day for the 6 Italian friends. What? Sorry, what is this story? I think for context, let's go back and try and read this bit that was crossed out. We needed some drink to celebrate for us being friends for 3 years, replied one of the men. Why have I crossed that out? That's like the context we needed. That is the much needed context we needed. They wanted wine, so they stole wine. But the shopkeeper got caught for it. They said that you can't do that. Why did I cross that out? We needed that. I changed that for just silence in the air. Interesting. All right. Next up. It does feel like a crucial part of the story. I think I've missed a trick there. The Stones of Mancaster Cathedral. All right, last story of this book, I think. And it's called The Stones of Mancaster Cathedral, apparently. Did you have assignments for these stories? If so, please tell us what it was. Oh, I don't remember. I think we were just told to write stories, and this is just what happened. I don't remember a specific assignment. Okay. The Stones of Mancaster. Is it? Yeah, is this meant to be Manchester or what? Is Mancaster a place? When it happened, the scaffolding came loose. Me and Billy hung on to the top of the cathedral. As the selfish man that Billy was, he grabbed on the weather vane, leaving me hanging on. The crowd went all quiet. I felt nervous as my heart pounded bang, bang. My legs dangled down and my arms started to go as numb as ice. I slipped when I knew it was the end. I started to fall head first when my foot got caught on one of the bars that didn't fall and sort jiffled my way up when I just slipped again and the bar had fallen when something I never expected happened. Billy caught me. Hang on, Joe. Help is on the way, Billy said calmly. The helicopter carried us to the chicken leg on the crowd. Wait, the hell? Hold on, I need a bit of help here again. The helicopter carried us to the crowd. Originally, I was trying to say the helicopter carried us to the chicken leg. What? What? Very dramatic, PJ. The teacher's note, very dramatic. It was quite dramatic, I agree. I want to know more about this chicken leg. What's the chicken leg all about? Yeah, fucking Billy, man. I don't think that's anything. All right. And I think this is the story plan for Sam and Ham, yeah. Sam, character 1, character 2, Sam and Ham. Setting, the warm park with swings, slides, and many manholes. Many manholes. Opening, Sam and his dog Ham are just exercising by running around the park. Just when Sam's mobile rings, he gets scared and starts to sprint. Oh, Ham starts to sprint. Ham was running so fast he ran into some construction workers and falls into a manhole. Sam goes down to get them. The only thing Sam can find is an old book, a soggy shoe, and a giant crocodile. Sam runs, but the crocodile follows. The ending. Sam saw the crocodile as his mother because he hit his head and heads for the hills. Jesus, this is a lot, guys. This is a lot. This is a lot to take in. This is a lot to take in one afternoon. Was that the door? Someone's at the door. I'm gonna BRB 1 second, guys. Hello, I am back. So, how are we feeling so far? Are we okay? You want to hear more stories? Do you feel like you can hear more stories? You want to hear some more stories, or are you done? Are you donezo? Ordinary Raccoon, thank you for the 100 bits. I gotta go, but I hadn't laughed this much in a long time. Thanks for the join, Peter. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. All right, well, we've got a few more, if you want to hear a few more. We have a few more. Literacy skills. Okay, let's have a look at this. What do we got? Here's a story. My adventure story. Let's have a look. Okay. My story is about a family of... Hold on. My story is about a family of 2,000 crossed out 3 people. going on a camping trip. I wanted to write... I was... Damn, dude. I was originally going to be writing an epic tale of 2,000 warriors going on a journey, marching towards the sun. My story is about a family. I want to hear the story about 3... Yeah, scale it back. Yeah, I'm sure the teacher was like, that's too many. 3 people going on a camping trip. Trib. In the middle of a very green wood. They use tents. The dad is called Mortimer. The mum is Bella. The child is PJ. All right, pop quiz. Guys, little pop quiz for you. Bella and Mortimer. Who are those characters? Tell me. Who are those characters? Yeah. From The Sims. Yep. So, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't bring back with me, but I use Bella and Mortimer as names so much. I use those names so much for some reason. I don't know why, but the teachers never knew. The teachers never knew. Oh my goodness. Right. So yeah. The dad is called Mortimer. The mum is Betty, not Betty, Bella. The child is PJ. They have been camping for 12 days when a family of grizzly bears attack their tents and eat their food while the family are on a walking trip, also known as a hike. The family are surprised. The family have gone there because they're always fighting. I'm using the wrong kind of there. Yep. This is supposed to be THERE, and this is meant to be there. On the second day, the family work as a team to run the bears out of the forest. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Also, sorry, how are you going to do that? The family go home and relax. Okay, so we don't get to know how they run the bears out of the forest. The bears had been at the family of three's home all the time on the way home from the camping trip. The bears brought other forest animals with them. Jesus, the teacher's just like, yep, tick. Fine. Not even a note. Tick. So hold on a minute. Bella and Mortimer, Goth, and PJ from The Sims went camping and they chased the bears out of the forest to their home, and the bears also brought other forest animals with them. No conclusion, nothing. That's it. Manhole trouble. Why have I written another story about manholes? Originally this was going to be Jane. I guess I didn't like the name Jane, so I crossed it out and put Sam. That's such a weird change to make. What a drastic change to make. Jane. No, actually, Sam. A completely different character. Sam was walking her dog in the park with her mum. As they turned the corner, they were only to see construction workers when suddenly the dog named Ham jumped down a manhole. I feel like we've heard this story before. So the mum ran for help. Sam asked the construction workers for help, but the yellow-hatted, orange-coated construction workers wouldn't help because they were on a tea break. I wouldn't help if I'm on a tea break. It's my tea break, dude. Sam decided to go get the purple poodle Ham. Sam did the first brave thing in his life. Oh, he's his now? Okay. And he climbed down a massive hole. Right, I see what's happened here. I was writing a story about Jane, and then I changed it to Sam. Sam could have still been her. I didn't need to change that. He climbed down a massive hole and started to find his little poodle in the smelly, grotty, grim, icky water once been swallowed by a crocodile. He saw a part of Ham's purple poodle hair. He sniffed it and knew which way to go. Sorry, is Sam also a dog? How does Sam... This way. Eventually, he found the little poodle and took it to safety. Ham, Sam, and the mum were walking home when Sam's mum said, Sam, that's not our purple little poodle. Our poodle doesn't have a green tail, sharp teeth, and that big of a grin. Big of a green nose. I think that's a crocodile. Well done, good description. So, Sam went into the sewers, thought he'd found the dog, but it was actually a crocodile. I'm losing brain cells, guys. These are maybe not my best stories. Right, let's keep going. So I'm just gonna skip this bit. We don't need to see this. More stuff about crocodiles. He walked into the house and saw his mum and dad. Because of the recent blow to the head, his sight was going a little bit funny. Thought his parents were crocodiles. He blasted out of the house and sprinted as fast as possible. It's all crocodiles. Why are all my stories... And then he hit his head and saw everybody as a crocodile. Okay, next up we've got a book review, I think. A book review. Oh, God. Right. I don't know what this is talking about, but I'm just going to read it. I actually don't have context for this, but I'm just going to read it. This is not the book review. This is something else. Chaz makes Fatty think there's an unexploded bomb down the hall. Chaz tells lies to the policeman so Chaz can take the machine part from the German aeroplane. Is this something to do with World War II? Chaz wanted the policeman to get distracted from the unexploded bomb. Chaz wanted to take the propeller from the German airplane. The policeman was probably feeling angry because Chaz tricked him. And the text, it said the policeman was roaring with rage. Chaz ran back to the policeman, came back. Okay, whatever, alright. Unexploded bombs was unexploded bombs. What is that? What is that sentence? Unexploded bombs was unexploded bombs. Nazi pigs, he screamed. The red spinner. The serious part in the text, where it says unexploded bombs because they were unexploded. The funny part in the text was the policeman's nickname, because no one's name would be Fatty. I thought, oh God, I thought that the descriptive part of how it explained the way Fatty ran. Clear answers. The story, these must be names of characters in a story that we were told to write about or something. Okay, book review. This might be about this, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. I don't think those answers were very clear. What were the questions? That's what I want to know. I think the machine gunner story started off with a good action. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, here we go. I love this. I love these. I think the machine gunner story started off with good action. Starting with speech is a great way to grab the reader. That's how it interested me. When it starts, it's not babbling on about things that aren't important. It goes straight to the action. Robert Westall hasn't chosen names like Albert or Henry. He's chosen names we would use today like Chas. Yeah, not names like Henry from the 1800s. No, Chas. I know at least 10 Chasses. I've never even heard of Henry. I don't know a Henry. Chas. I think the policeman's nickname Fatty was funny how it actually describes him running with the gas mask. The book would definitely be a 10 out of 10 at my point of view. But at this... What was that? Oh, don't worry about it. The book would definitely be a 10 out of 10 at my point of view. But at some of the Robert Wistall's other books, like The Blitz, I would rather watch paint dry. Sorry, one more time. This book would definitely be a 10 out of 10 at my point of view, but at some of Robert Wistall's other books, like The Blitz, I would rather watch paint dry. The book Blitz really did not grab my attention. The picture on the front was so original of a little boy looking in the sky. Really, I don't know what Robert Worcester was thinking when he wrote this book. Some controversial opinions, PJ. I'll say, why am I going so hard on this book? Sorry, I think we need to have a look. What is this book? Blitz by Robert Worcester. Robert Worcester. Let's have a look. So why am I going so hard on this book? Should we have a look? So this is the cover of the book I guess I'm talking about here. And I'm saying, the Blitz really did not grab my attention. The picture on the front was so, I think I meant to say unoriginal. So unoriginal of a little boy looking in the sky. Really, I don't know what Robert Worcester was thinking when he wrote this book. I don't think I had read the book. I think I was literally judging a book by its cover, which I think earlier, you may remember, I'm pretty sure I wrote a saying. Where is it? Where's that saying I wrote? Don't judge a chocolate bar by its wrapper. It doesn't matter what something looks like on the outside. Damn. Some controversial opinions, PJ. You said not to judge chocolate by its wrapper. Doesn't count for books. That is true. That is true, yes. I just love this. I love that the teacher's saying some controversial opinions. Seriously, they must have read this and been like, what is this? Anyway, so there we go. There's a book review for a book I do not remember reading. This is our last storybook, and then I've got some art I want to show you guys, and then that's it for now. Let's have a little look. We've got story writing. So this is called A Terrible Life. So many of my stories are quite negative. This one's called A Terrible Life. A Terrible Life. Setting: an old tattered workhouse. Words to describe the workhouse: tattered, cold, smelly, horrible, hardworking, damp, and gloomy. How the characters feel living there: hungry, miserable, sad, alone, and crowded. The kind of food there. Old apple crumble, a couple of bananas, and mince. An old apple crumble. It's old, by the way. A couple of bananas and mince. Terrible food. Terrible food. The family. They work hard for no money and only a bit of food. Only a bit of mince. And a little cramped, soggy of old room. What they do for fun? Nothing. Left blank. That's been left blank. Okay, so here's the story. That was like the setup, I think. Here's the story. A Terrible Life by PJ Liguori. Age 10. Oh, Jesus. So this is interesting. Hang on a minute. I guess we'll see this in a minute. Okay. I was just interested. Okay. I wrote this on my sister's birthday. A Terrible Life. Beginning. Hi, my name is Dan, and because I'm on my... Let's try that again. Hi, my name is Dan, and because I'm on my 5-minute break, I'll tell you about my story. It takes place in a smelly old workhouse. Mother, we have 5 shillings left. That should be enough for a pie. I will be back before you know it, I whispered, with the draft racing in the door. As I got the potato gravy nice thick pie, I raced home when I noticed it started to get cold. So I put it round my jumper. Mum, Dad, I have the... Double ellipsis. The more dots, the more tense. What happened to Father? I said with a tear walking down my face. Mr. Snide hit him. Because we can't pay him, my mum said. Now I had tears running one by one going down my face. Let's get him to the hospital, I said. There is only one, so let's go for it, my mum remarked. After gulping down that warm pie, Mr. Snide came in asking for money again. Hold on a minute. Did they take the dad to the hospital before or after they ate the pie? Mr. Snide came in asking for money again. As he started blowing his big horrid nose with a tissue, he said, I will be back in 5 days for the money. This is the middle of the story now. We're entering the middle. It might have been a mince pie, yeah. Now my mother was sick, so we asked... All right. We asked Mrs. Butcher for food.
No, 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 no. And did I say no? There will be no food for you,
she shouted. As the fat woman slammed the door, she managed to pop out a bye. Bye. Look how small I've written bye. I think I read other stories where they use like bigger letters to show shouting and smaller letters to show whispering. She managed to pop out a bye. Bye. Back to work now, Clifton said with his tummy grumbling. Teacher's written a note. Who is this? Who is this? Ma, I know we can break out of here together. I know we can. Teacher's note. Break out of where? My note. Yes, where? I don't know. I said with a sweat going down my face. My mum did not reply. After a couple of seconds, my mum grabbed my arm, not too tight, and said, let's go. Yeah. Yee. Yee. I'm just trying to imagine. Yee. Let's go. Yee. I said with happiness. With happiness. We managed to dig a hole out of there. Where? Teachers, where? Where are we? Where are we digging out of right now? But as a lot of people know, Mr. Snide didn't give up. Ma, Mr. Snide's on our tail. So everyone also knew my mum has a trick up her sleeve, and we managed to escape old Mr. Snide with fingers of steel. Things started to look up for us, too. Where's the dad? Me and my mum got a good paying job and bought a little cottage. And well, Mr. Snide is still digging. Ha ha. Oh God. How many stories do you know have ha ha? What if it just in fucking Harry Potter and Harry using whatever fucking spell thwarted Voldemort. Ha ha. Ha ha. I need to read that again. Mr. Snide is still digging. Ha ha. We earn 5,000 shillings a year. Is that a lot? That feels like a lot. The more money we got, the better it was. We were so nice, we could give some to the people at the workhouse. We had lovely pies, apple crumble, fruit, and we invented something called lemon float. Okay. Mum, there's only one thing that could get better, I said. What's that, honey? My mum said softly. If Daddy was here. Well, I have a little surprise. What's that, Mum? I said with a bit more happiness. Hello, son. Dad, I missed you so much, I shouted. The party has just started, haha. Mr. Snide said whilst bashing down the door. Fucking hell! Mr. Snide's back! Oh, twist after twist after twist. The party has just started, haha, Mr. Snide said whilst bashing down the door. Mr. Snide,
Don't ever give up, my son.
Mr. Snide, don't come a step closer, or, I said, why I can step one more step closer and, Mr. Snide screamed, I told you, there's a hedgehog there. We gave Mr. Snide back to the workhouse unconscious. Unconscious? Is that Italian? We gave Mr. Snide back to the workhouse unconscious and put him to work for a very long time. Oh, I'm tired, Snide said. Back to work, Snide, Clifton said. Who is Clifton? So Mr. Snyder's not coming out of the workhouse. So that's my story. I hope you liked it. Perfectly timed, Lena. Thank you for that. Also, Scoops McGee, thank you for the 6 months. What did I just tune into? We're reading old stories I wrote as a kid.
Great job.
Gloomies, thank you for the 6 months as well. Very dramatic, PJ. Yes. So, the teacher's note here. Thank you very much, by the way. PJ, you had lots of ideas and tried to include things to help your Victorian setting. That was meant to be a Victorian setting? Not at any one point did I think, oh, this must be set in Victorian times. I didn't really do a very good job of explaining that. There were places it was difficult to follow and characters appeared without being introduced, as well as the workhouse. I thought towards the end it became a bit cartoony with the hedgehog, not really suited to a serious historical story. Oh god, was I tasked to write a cartoony historical story? I like how my teacher hasn't said anything about the haha. Haha. Oh, PJ, I meant well. Look. I didn't do serious stories. Everything I wrote always had a smattering of cartooniness about it, you know? Was this supposed to be non-fiction? Maybe. I disagree. This is very serious. I disagree as well. All they ate then was mints, obviously like Victorian, and bananas. Remember, and old crumble. You just need that hedgehog, yeah. Caroline, thank you for the 200 bits. It's been a while since I've laughed this hard. Thank you so much, Peach. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just wondering, do you speak Italian? Not very much. Piccolo. Not much. Natural log of X. Thank you for the 8 months. Happy 8 months. It's almost a baby. It's almost a baby. Right. Play script. All right, guys. You want to hear my play? You want to hear my play? Here we go. Play script. Let's go. Play script. Cast of characters. Forget that. You don't need characters. Where we're going, we don't need characters. Introduction. This is set in the woods with a big pig, a medium pig, a small pig, and a wolf. I wonder where I've plagiarized this from. Also, can I just add, originally I wrote, this is set in the woods with a pig, and a wolf. And it was an afterthought. It was an afterthought that I put big, medium, and small. A pig, and a wolf. Not 3 pigs and a wolf. A pig, and a wolf. Big pig. I think it's time to make our own house in the forest. Medium pig. Correct, I think we should. Thinking he's brainy. Small pig. Why don't we make separate ones and see whose is the best? Okay, let's go, and we'll meet at each other's house. Wolf. Aside. Did I just overhear those pigs? Well, I am hungry, so I'll stop for a snack. Big pig, as he set off. Hello, Mr. Farmer. Could I please have some straw for my house? I think this half of my house looks good. Medium pig. Thank you, mister, for these lovely sticks. So he also has built part of his house. Small pig. I want some bricks. So could I have some? I want some bricks. Could I have some? Oh, thank you. So he has started building too. Wolf. What a nice straw house. I wonder what's inside. So he huffed and puffed to blow down the house. So the pig ran to the straw house. This is just 3 little pigs. Wolf. So I'll blow down the house. So the pigs ran to the brick house. Good use of play script conventions, PJ. Like asides. I've plagiarized the entire thing. That's it. I didn't even finish the story. biography of Queen Victoria. I'm not going to read this. I didn't bookmark this, so this is probably boring. Queen Victoria reigned for about 64 years in her time. Okay. Skip. What do we got here? The map to trouble. Interesting. Okay, so this is story planning notes. Oh, okay. This must be a big story, I think. So I'm gonna take this one off. Let's read the story planning notes first. All right, I'm gonna get some music for this as well. I'm gonna get some music for this. Let me read the story planning notes first. Hold on. First of all, let's start here. The map to trouble. It takes place in an old library after school. Characters. Me, age 10. Johnny, age 10. Helen, age 11. Sorry, Lizzie, you didn't make the cut. Got replaced by Johnny. What's the story? I find a book with a map. What happens next? I go on a crazy adventure with pirates and Helen. Sorry, Johnny. Not you. How does the story end? We end up back where we started. Classic. A classic. A classic. Here we go. All right, story time. It all started that cold, grim day where I found the old dusty book of horror. Hey, Helen, I whispered. What? I'm trying to read, Helen murmured out. I found an old dusty book with a map. A map? Helen shouted with the library lady shushing her. Let's go see where it takes us. This is very Harry and Hermione energy, I said with my nose freezing outside. As we got home, we started in, well, a laundry chute. You have got to be kidding. No way, I replied. So we slid down the metal cold chute. We landed in a pile of mud for some reason. For some reason. Where are we? Helen said with fear. Well, the map says, to go west, I said. But we didn't know that took us to Pirate Trove Cove, where there was old pirates. Hold on a minute. I didn't realize this story was going to have pirates. Here we go. To Pirate Trove Cove, where there was an old pirates with big beards, gold teeth, and birds on their shoulders. Excuse me, but could we... But before I could finish speaking, the pirate started to cry, so I said, Why are you crying? We be having no treasure, because when we crashed, our treasure be gone. The smelliest, revoltingest pirate said. So I reached in my pocket and gave them a few pounds. And they replied, Aha, ye matey! We be off to spend. And off they went. Hey, why don't we go this way? I said with excitement. But it took me and Helen to the jungle. So we took east. But that was like a desert of monkeys, rampaging like a herd of cows. Hold on. A desert of monkeys rampaging like a herd of cows. Was there not like a monkey? Why I'm comparing one animal to another animal? Hey, Helen, why don't we take north? So like a fool, she listened to me, and you will never guess where we went. To the library. Helen, maybe that map wasn't magic. Let's go, I sadly said with a sigh. It's okay, let's go and get in an adventure at home. So I threw the map, but my old friend Johnny, that was 10 years old, found... Hold. But my old friend Johnny, that was 10 years old, found it, and he was so busy looking at it, he bumped into the wall and said, This is a map of trouble. So he shredded the map, and he never saw it again. Ah, but there was more, because that library was called the Library of Maps. The next day in the newspaper, there was a big ad on buying secret maps. Wait, secret maps? I shouted. Here we go again, Helen said with a sigh. At least no one got hurt, Johnny said, and I, well, hit him on the head. Jesus fucking Christ, that was hard to read. I enjoyed this, PJ. Target, better planning for an interesting ending. I agree, not the most interesting ending in the world. So what was that story? Hang on, that story was called... Jesus Christ, this is a long story. That story was called The Map to Trouble. It's very violent ending. I don't know what happened there. We have another story here called The Mysterious Map. Let's have a look. The Mysterious Map. Okay, here we go. This is another magical one. Here we go. It happened that day. But why? There was a wizard after me, trying to suck me into his map with dust. Magic dust that is very powerful. My first shelter I saw was an abandoned, smelly bookshop. I love the word smelly. I thought I'd have a look at the books. There was one book that I picked up. It was about maps. I tried to put it back because I didn't like maps. But it was like, it was glued to my hand. One odd thing for a kid to just not like. I don't really like maps. Yeah, not into them at all. I don't like maps. I don't do that. We don't do that here. No maps. I tried to put it back because I didn't like maps, but it was like, it was glued to my hand. I got dragged over to the counter and somehow murmured in an eerie voice, I would like to buy... Okay, sorry, page 10. I would like to buy this book and you can keep the change. I don't know why, but I just floated out. Ah! The wizard got me, and in a puff of smoke, I popped quickly into somewhere called the Land of Jinjos. The Land of Jinjos, huh, PJ? I wonder what you're inspired by this time. I poped there as quick as popcorn popping with a big pop. It was then I saw things flying with bright colors. Then I saw the thing. I saw it in my dream, and it was coming at me as fast as Speedy Gonzale. It was a girl. Hey, you're that thing, I shouted with fear. Yes, I know. All your dreams. It just teleported like nothing.
My God!
I'm here to get you out of the map, it said. Its name was Orioko. Orioko? Look, I just don't belong here, I said. Follow this map and collect all the Jinjos on the way. I had no choice, plus I had never seen anything like the Land of Jinjos. I set off following the dusty old map. First I found a mysterious bush that had a little purple thing. I felt like I was going to freeze with fear. Wait, that's a purple Jinjo. I was really calm, and that way I found one blue and one yellow Jinjo. I have a blue and yellow together, and I have a green, I said, jumping for joy. Fucking Christ. Jinjos, in case you're wondering, by the way, Jinjos are from Banjo-Kazooie. They're these little creatures from Banjo-Kazooie. The map was coming in handy at the time until I lost it in a pile of maps because a Jinjo was tickling me. Yeah, my internet's going a little bit funky. I can pause for a second whilst it fixes itself. Hold on. Whilst the internet sorts itself out, I'll pause for a second. No, it's my internet for some reason. Sweeney Toad, thank you for the 17 months. The imaginary is chef's kiss. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Going to freeze with fear. I was calm. Yeah, I can't quite figure out what I want to say with this. Yeah, hold on a minute. we'll hold off from a sec. You know what? I'll do a BRB whilst it fixes itself. I'm going to fill up my water bottle anyway. BRB. Hello everybody, I am back. Internet's fixed itself now, so refresh if you cannot see me. Nope, internet's gone funky again for some reason. Oh wait, it just... Why is it doing this? Tiny Space Eel, thank you very much for the 7 months. 7 months, that's crazy. Thanks for the streams. Really helped me get through the uni days. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, internet's fine now, by the looks of it. Might go weird again, but hopefully not. Internet is back. Refresh if you need. Do you have any art you made from when you were a kid? Yes, and I'm going to be showing that very shortly. I don't have loads of it. I will get a bit more in the future. I got what I could find on this trip to my parents' house. But yeah, here we go. We're gonna pick it from where we left off, and hopefully my internet holds together. I don't know why it's being funky today, but here we are. Okay. Where did we get to? We got to something about this fucking Jinjo. The map was coming in handy at the time until I lost it in a pile of maps because a Jinjo was tickling me. Hold on a minute. Okay. Keeps going into the red and then keeps coming back to green. Son of the Sunny, thank you very much for the 10 months. Bonjour. Bonjour to you too. I think I've written a story with a French character in here somewhere. I think we might be getting to that. Furthermore, I got my pink one from a very nice family of them. At this point, I don't know what I'm writing here. It's just nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Hey, Orioko, I have found the Jinjos and... Oh, wow. I had found my way out. I jiffle and struggle and got out. The wizard had only read this in magic books, on maps, and in his manual. Wait, don't touch my map, I replied. One more step and your map is as good as gone. Who is talking right now? He stepped one more step and I ripped it. Orioko, you got out. Yeah, but all my Jinjos have turned into animals. I answered back by saying, well, let's just deal with it. If you want to know what happened to the wizard, well, I don't really know. Help me out of the land of darkness. Help, is anyone there? Oh, It always happens to the wizards. Humbug. The wizard was stuck in the land of darkness for eternity. What the fuck is that ending? Wow, what is that ending? The wizard was stuck. Sorry, the music's loud. I'll turn it down. The wizard was stuck in the land of darkness for eternity. Wow. Wow. That's a long time. I don't really understand that story. It was really hard to follow. It had a wizard. It had a map. Not my best work. The teacher's note was this. PJ, this started well, but I found the middle very hard to follow. Yeah, you and me same. You seem to dart around a bit with your writing. You also need to start joining the writing. It's very hard to read. So yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. The teacher was saying I need to be using cursive more, but I didn't like doing that. I don't think this is that hard to read, honestly. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this hard to read? Hold on a minute. Easier to read than cursive? Yeah. I find it easier to write, to be honest. Safik Kayla, thank you very much for the 6 months. Thanks for making my days with lots of drunks. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I'm having internet jonks again. Surely cursive would be more difficult to read? Yeah. Well, it depends who's writing it. Some people have very neat writing and you can, you know... Cursive is a scam? Do I restart my router? Is that worth doing? I'll hold off for a minute. Mambo Mario, thank you for the sub, dude. Welcome to the sweet potato community. My handwriting is all over the place. Yeah, I feel like my handwriting maybe used to be neater than it is now. I don't think it's... I think it's definitely got a lot worse. Alright, do I even bother read? I mean, my internet's gone so funky, I don't know if it's worth even reading this last story. Maybe we'll look at some art instead. Maybe we'll take a minute to look at some art. Let's have a look. You love cursive? I like it if it can be done, you know, if it's neat. Yeah. I was just never very good at it, personally. I was never very good at it. Alright, guys. I might try restarting my router, because my internet's being super funky and I don't know why. Sometimes restarting it helps. So I'll be back in, like, I'll be back in about maybe 5 minutes, I think, if you guys don't mind hanging on. I'm going to put a message in the chat if anyone can't see that. I'm going to BRB, restarting router. Everyone stay and chill, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, BRB, guys. BRB.